character witness for Harry and Meghan in their 6-part show. This throws...
is suing Tyler Perry, the individual, as well as his production studio. That studio is called TP.
Is Meghan Markle about to drop one of her most loyal friends? Someone so close that she even trusted him as the godfather of her daughter? That's the shocking question swirling around right now. And it all started with a bombshell lawsuit that could destroy his reputation forever. Just days ago, Tyler Perry, media mogul, close friend of Meghan and Harry, was hit with a serious sexual assault lawsuit. Fellow actor Derek Dixon claims Perry bombarded him with inappropriate messages and crossed serious boundaries during their working relationship. Dixon is going after Perry for a whopping $260 million in damages, saying the harassment stretched on for years before reaching a disturbing climax in July 2021. That's right. The lawsuit alleges Perry groped Dixon despite repeated objections. Dixon even filed a formal complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission last summer before walking away from the project entirely. Perry's team, on the other hand, says this is all a scam. They've denied every part of the story, insisting these accusations are fabricated by someone looking for a payday. And while it all plays out in court, one thing's certain. Even the whiff of scandal is enough to make powerful friends rethink their connections. If you followed Meghan and Harry's story, you probably already know that Tyler Perry has been a lifeline for them, especially after their royal exit in 2020. Back then, Perry offered up his $18 million Los Angeles mansion and even his private jet to help them lay low as they started their new life in America. He wasn't just their landlord, he became a true confidant. They even named him godfather to their daughter Lilibet. That's the level of trust they had. Perry himself once told Hoda Kotb that Meghan and Harry were going through an incredibly tough time and that all he wanted was to help. And more recently, Tyler even appeared in Meghan's Netflix series, putting his face and brand alongside hers. That's how closely intertwined they all are, or were. Royal commentators like Samara Gill have been watching this story closely, and they have a stark warning. Meghan and Harry will not want to be dragged into this mess. Samara put it bluntly on the Sun's royal show, "There's nothing very Christian about a sexual assault claim." And she didn't stop there. She argued that this is one more serious black mark on a growing list of controversies surrounding the couple. When you add this to the now war chest of things that have been a problem for them, Samara said, you can bet Meghan is going to put some distance between them and Perry. It's a harsh assessment, but one rooted in their history. If you look closely at Meghan and Harry's post-royal life, there's a clear pattern. Every time someone becomes a liability, whether it's a staff member, a friend, or even a family member, the Sussexes seem to move on quickly. Remember how they distanced themselves from long-time palace aides once tensions went public? Or how they hardly speak to most of the royal family anymore? Critics say they have a habit of using people up and then moving on, especially if those people can't help their carefully cultivated image, and Samara didn't hold back on this point. It's part of a pattern, she noted. They cut off anyone they deem toxic, even though they're the ones who are really toxic. Of course, this lawsuit is unproven so far, and fans online are pointing that out. Many are saying Perry deserves his day in court, and some even believe this is all part of a larger attempt to smear him. But as usual in the world of celebrity gossip, public opinion can shift faster than the legal process. On social media, people are already speculating that Meghan will cut him off quietly, just like she's done before. The hashtags are buzzing with questions like, when will Meghan unfollow? And, is this the end of their friendship? And it's not just Meghan fans. Royal watchers and commentators alike seem convinced that Harry and Meghan will do whatever it takes to protect their brand, even if it means losing a powerful friend along the way. Of course, Perry hasn't taken this lawsuit lying down. His team put out a fiery statement denying every accusation, calling the entire thing an extortion attempt. The message was clear. Tyler Perry will not be shaken down. The spokesperson even implied that Derek Dixon was never really a close collaborator, someone who was just looking for an easy payday. And Perry still has supporters. Plenty of fans believe this is part of a troubling pattern of lawsuits targeting successful men in entertainment. Whether that's true or not will come down to the evidence presented in court. Here's where it really hits home for the Sussexes. This isn't just some distant acquaintance. This is the man who housed them, flew them across the globe, and even became godfather to their child. Publicly distancing themselves would be a huge signal that Meghan and Harry put their brand above loyalty. And insiders say that if they do cut him off, they'll do it quickly and quietly. Maybe they'll unfollow him, stop showing up in public together, and never comment directly on the scandal, hoping it will all blow over without too much splashback. But what will that say about them as people? Some might see it as a necessary move to protect themselves and their future. Others will view it as ruthless and opportunistic, further cementing their reputation as using people and moving on. This whole saga is part of a much larger pattern surrounding Meghan and Harry, one that fascinates people around the world. Are they misunderstood victims of harsh public scrutiny, or are they strategic operators who put their own image first every single time? And more importantly, what happens next? If the lawsuit against Perry advances, or if even more damaging claims come out, Meghan and Harry may face a stark choice: stand by their friend or walk away. And knowing what we do about their past, most royal commentators seem sure they'll choose the latter. But as rumors swirl and new evidence comes to light, one question will keep coming up again and again. Is their brand more important than their friendships? That's the question we'll be watching,